Now going over to the business blunder of the day, you have Jaguar. Copy nothing continues to flop epically, which perhaps they might be. This may very well be the business blunder of the year, second only to Bud Light, which, in terms of negative return on investment, wins Business History Award for being the worst thing without putting the company out of business. Where enlisted Hireschild, the VP of marketing at Bud Light, well, she hired Dylan Mulvaney, a trans activist, for $185,000 to subsequently lose $1.12 billion in Bud Light sales. Going from the number one beer 20 years in a row to now being number two later by a long shot to Constellation Brands, which they own Modelo, which again is separate from Anheuser-Busch InBev, only in the U.S. Now, Jaguar thought it'd be a good idea to hire a DEI advocate, leftist, who, well, put out a, what do you call the, very androgynous commercial that did not show the product, but showed a lot of non-binary people claiming to copy nothing, copy nothing. Hilariously, they looked like a bastardized San Francisco Apple ad from the 80s. Well, the original Apple ad that was a inspiration from George Orwell. They had holding a sledgehammer. They copied that. They also just looked like a bizarre bastardized fashion show from San Francisco on Mars. And yes, they never showed the product in that little commercial. Now, they continue this with what looks like to be a rendering from a bastardized Atari 2600. It's not even the higher grade one with the 5200. It's the OG 2600. Now, this comes straight from, I was about to say the horse's mouth, more like the donkey's mouth, if we were to think of it. I mean, what used to be a proud British brand, being a Jaguar, I mean, pretty sure donkey would be a more appropriate name for them now. And again, straight from their ex-Twitter account, and they say, quote, December 2nd, 2000, that's how I know they're European. It's they say, the 2nd of December 2024. In America, we would say December 2nd, 2024. It says Miami, copy nothing. I mean, I don't know anyone who would want to copy this because it's so stupid. It looks like, what is this, a piano? I don't know what part of the car that is. Maybe a bastardized tail fin or something. But yeah, it looks like the keys on a piano, spray painted teal, but there's no black keys. Or maybe it's just part of an accordion? Presumably this is part of the car. And again, they're going all EV, which people thought Jaguar was unreliable before. Oh, dear God. It is going to be a shit show for all 18 people who buy the product. I'm kidding. Maybe 19 people will buy it. Now, this went almost pretty viral. Got 740, almost more than 3/4 million views and 2.3 thousand likes. So, that ratio is terrible. Yeah, awful. Worse than, makes my videos look like look like a staple of success in comparison. One of the first comments comes from Stephen Hill saying, "Are you making pianos now?" Got 1.7 thousand likes. And Jaguar says, "We clearly stuck a chord." So at least they had one funny response. They've been failing in general, they've been failing for weeks when it comes to this marketing initiative, with most of the responses being just wait or copy nothing. They also have Peter saying, "Nice. What is it?" Getting 187 likes. They say, "Can't give it away." Which he should have just said a crappy car. Artemis Perot says, "I do hope this isn't going to be a disappointment getting 388 likes." It will be. Jaguar says, "One thing for sure, it'll make an impact." Yeah, I can't disagree with that because, it's going to be a pretty negative impact. Their sales have been going down pretty bad past 5 years. I mean, they don't even sell 50,000 cars these days. And granted, they're not a major volume manufacturer like Honda, Toyota, or General Motors. They are more boutique, more specialized. But again, 5 years ago, they were selling about 96,000 cars. Then every year they seem to go down by 10,000. They did increase by 2,000 from last year to this year. But also, don't forget, their sales are so bad with the current product line that they shut down factories for about a year because there's so many vehicles just collecting dust at dealerships because no one wants to buy them. The Wizard Ronin says still gay, getting 42 likes. Wizard Ronin also says electric razor for men's legs, getting 38 likes. Tomaz Paruzuski says really, says copy nothing for the weird commercial where you have the, still don't know if this is a African American man or woman with a fro. We have the 90-degree angle chopped out of the hair, and it looks like some type of, I forgot what, I'm sure it's a pop culture TV show where they have a guy who has the same hairstyle. And yeah, that got 2.1 thousand likes. George Stanley says, "Copy nothing. You mean copy the same woke branding every company has been doing for the past 10 years. Yeah, 1.5 thousand likes. We're the one like needed to get it over the top. Let's see here. Going down more and more. Jack Montgomery says, even Ryanair is laughing at Jaguar, guys. This ad campaign is over. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So someone did Aircraft Spotter says, really looking forward to Ryanair's new first class. And it's inside of a plane where they all are just lawn chairs. And Ryanair responded saying copy nothing. Got 1.3 thousand likes. Let's see here. Julia says, just mockery, nothing more. Cheers, y'all. And Jaguar boss says the criticism of the new advertisement is vile hatred and intolerance. The car maker's chief says the company must move away from traditional automotive stereotypes to succeed. Morons. Don't get me wrong, they'll get some sales in San Francisco, but no, when it comes to the heritage of a handcrafted, beautifully engineered, British car, no, it's gonna be a Chinese. Again, they're owned by a Chinese company. It's gonna be Chinese rebranded BYD or some crap like that. It's not gonna be the beauty handcrafted like the E-Type was way back in the day, and definitely not gonna be a sports car. I got 463 likes for that. Taos King says, from a brand of luxury and elegance to a pile of woke nonsense, getting 434 likes. Mick Heart Attack says, Jaguar, change your marketing team, getting 1,000 likes. Delder Paul says, I promise no one will copy you, getting 805 likes. Yeah, fact check, true. David James Chaplin says, your brand is in tatters, your customers are quitting, you're risking your company, pull the plug, getting 961 likes. I'll give it an extra like. Hopefully that was also a pun intended, since they are planning to go all EV, which, yeah, again, the adoption rate for EVs is decreasing, especially in the United States. And yeah, if you want a sports car or luxury car, most people aren't getting an EV. Now, Nick Hurt also says, copy nothing except advertisements from 1984, which, again, this is the famous Apple commercial where, again, they were, I believe, was that the Super Bowl commercial? They risked everything they put everything on the line for that commercial, and it was radically different. Now, a lot of people critiqued it because, like this, they also didn't show the darn product, but it was, at the time, unique. You had the person running with a sledgehammer, you're going to throw it to the George Orwell Big Brother screen talking, and yes, right now you have the Jaguar team where you have the androgynous, was it? The androgynous, you can't tell, androgynous? Was it, you can't tell if it's a man or a woman, holding what looks like to be a plastic sledgehammer, spray painted yellow. Granted, don't blame him for that because the person looks to have a lack of muscle tone that would not actually allow them to pick up a real sledgehammer. That got 825 likes. Asher Hope says, copy nothing, and they have the new Jaguar. So they show the logo on the car. It looks like maybe the charging port, but it looks just like the Puma logo, which that's kind of funny. Got 536. Let's make it 537 likes. HC says, do I pass the Jaguar as a Jaguar customer? It's a dog with a unicorn costume. It says my pronouns are he, her, they, them. And 313 likes. A lot of people comparing them to the ineptitudes of Bud Light. Jaguar says, copy nothing, and someone has a photo compilation of sorry it's been done, and it compares them to the Teletubbies, getting 212 likes. Harpy says, April 1st, 2025 would be a perfect launch date. It's already a joke, getting 322 likes. I can see that. What is this? And a lot of people comparing him to Sam Smith. A lot of people comparing it to a Lennox air conditioning unit, which would arguably be much more reliable than any Jaguar manufactured. But yeah, in terms of the artist renderings that they've leaked thus far, it looks, yeah, like an air vent or, an air conditioning unit. So not great. And trying to see if there's anyone. There's really no contrarian comments like sticking up for the brand, so to say, or saying, good idea, it looks cool. But yeah, I can't help but think, I don't know how they turn this thing around. A lot of people comparing the parent company stock going down, which is Tata Motors, which, again, single variable analysis can be really precarious. Their sales are also piss poor. Again, their sales are so slow, they took a year off, which I can't think of any successful car company that's ever done that in history. So culturally speaking, I mean, they continue to be the ongoing business blunder, and they're not pulling out this nosedive. Thankfully, someone has actually nice and Googled some of the original manufacturer Jaguar vehicles, which, again, they look like pieces of art. I mean, shoot, here's an original one. You got a nice, sexy gal next to a more recent Jaguar coupe sports car. Looks pretty cool. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the sales, how are the sales when they come out. When again, there's a lot of competition in EVs. Your brand is known for, I mean, it used to be handcrafted luxury, but I mean, I just don't see it happening. But and you see a lot of these big companies are actually moving back on what there used to be their commitment, saying they're going to go all in on EVs. A lot of them are actually pulling back, saying, well, maybe not so much, because they see the consumer sentiment, and hopefully, fingers crossed, governments will stop being so totalitarian and pushing it down our throats. Hopefully, we see that as well. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. But I gotta say, Jaguar continuing to flop with this terrible advertising campaign and copy nothing. You certainly continue to be the business blunder of the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.